Good afternoon, everyone. It's Ian Woods here. It is the 18th of April, 2026, with iWeather, and I am currently in the Maldives Islands in the Indian Ocean on a vacation. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. This is just my virtual background, and I hope you enjoy it. I wish I could actually be there. I wish I had the power to warp myself to so many different places in the world that look really cool, like Australia, and it takes 30 hours to get there on a plane, but how nice it would be to be able to travel there and to Germany and Italy and maybe even Alaska. But anyway, enough of me. I'm going to get on. I'm going to show you now what's going on in the weather real quick because we're in a serious drought still in the southeastern U.S. where I live. And as you can see here, looking at the radar out of the south central United States, this is clearly a frontal system that's extending along from North Texas all the way up to the Great Lakes. Right now, it looks like there is a severe thunderstorm moving into out of East Texas, right along Interstate 20, and it's booking its way towards Shreveport, Louisiana. Texarkana, Arkansas, Texas is getting lots of rain right now. So is the Dallas-Fort Worth area, especially Dallas. You're really in the heavy rain right now, going up towards Plano and Frisco, Bedford, Garland, Mesquite, some of those suburbs of Dallas that are getting dumped on right now. And there's a little bit of smattering of rain coming down into central Arkansas, like places like Arkadelphia, up here to Little Rock, Hot Springs. Then there's a little bit of a break, just some sprinkles in Memphis, and then the rain picks up again over western Kentucky, southern Indiana, and southwestern Ohio towards the Cincinnati area. Um, and looking at the satellite picture here, you can clearly see, let me use some telestration here. What we have here, yeah, we have an occluded front out here across the Pacific Ocean here, coming towards the Pacific Northwest. And basically, an occluded front is where a cold front catches up to a warm front. And you've got cooler air behind it than the cool air that's in front of it. And there's basically a low pressure area moving into moving into Alaska as we speak, bringing some stormy weather, strong winds, heavy rain, just not heavy rain, but just rain and high winds to the southern parts of Alaska, like places like Juneau. And then up here in the coastal, like in California, it was stormy a couple of days ago or a few days ago. Now the weather's very pleasant and very nice. It's sunny all the way, pretty much sunny weather all across most of the west. The southwest, it's very nice. You had some, clouds this morning, a little bit up in the northern parts of Arizona, and then a little bit of cloud cover in Utah, and we've had some rain showers across Idaho. And we have this cold front right here, which let me draw a line here to show you where it is. You can clearly see we have a frontal boundary right here. I didn't really do a good job drawing that, but that's our cold front that's going to bring a cool down to the southeast and Florida, northern Florida at least, by Monday of next week. The only problem is this is not going to bring any rain to Florida, or if it does, it'll just be little sprinkles. Because the problem is we have this cold front right here, and normally out ahead of this cold front, you would have some heavy showers and thunderstorms that would pretty much hit this area right here where I'm circling. But there's very limited moisture right now because there's a big area of high pressure in the mid and upper levels right here. You got air that's circulating around it like this, and it's sinking, spreading out like this, and it's really dry air. And as with a high pressure area in the upper levels, air is sinking, and so as air sinks, it heats up. And so you have warmer air on top of already warm air, and so there's not a temperature gradient to allow surface moisture from the Gulf to rise up and create clouds and thunderstorms, which is what we need for rain. And so we got this pesky expletive, I like to say, area of high pressure that's just screwing everything up right now. That's keeping everything ridiculously dry across Florida and prolonging the drought that we are in. And to make matters worse, this frontal boundary is not going to bring us any substantial rain, at least this week. You can see one thing I will note, however, is we have a pretty good belt of moisture. Let me use a different color coming up from the Pacific. You can see it right here, basically going in this straight line, coming up here like this. That's kind of like a little extension of the subtropical jet stream. And by the way, we have an El Nino developing right out here across the East Pacific. What's going to happen is we're going to have rising air here, and they're going to have sinking air here, which is going to probably diminish the number of storms, hurricanes that develop across the Atlantic Ocean in this year's hurricane season. So that's one good thing. However, I hope that the rising air will extend over into the Gulf of Mexico or Gulf of America a little bit so that we'll get some much needed rain along the southeastern US, which is where we need it really bad. But one thing I'll say is that I do see plenty of high level moisture in the atmosphere. So basically what we need is we need to get this high pressure area to scoot its way out, be replaced with a monsoonal flow, and also we need like that Kelvin wave to come around and cause a general upward motion in the atmosphere. And once we get that in place, we'll start getting showers and storms across the South, across the Gulf Coast, and places like Southeast Alabama, Southern Georgia, Northern Florida, where the rain is needed so badly right now. In fact, let's go to some of our forecast models here, real quick. Not ours, not mine, from Tropical Tidbits. And he gathers these model data from other websites that he works with. And so this is the GFS model. You can clearly see on this map where the cold front is. It's in yellow right here. That's the cold front. I'm going to erase that line because it's ugly. So watch as I put the GFS model into motion. This is Saturday the 18th. I just watched this area down here around the southeast. Do you see much rain? Okay, it looks like you get plenty of rain across southern Louisiana and Mississippi and Alabama, but watch. As it hits Georgia, poof, there's a few showers down in the Gulf, and there's a few from North Carolina and Virginia. But Florida, okay, a little bit of shower activity is showing around the St. Augustine, Jacksonville area, but really nothing. The front pushes its way off the Atlantic coast, moves on, and then high pressure over the mid-Atlantic sets in, bringing continued dry northeast breezy winds, light winds off the Atlantic, further stabilizing our atmosphere and keeping dry weather in place here across the southeast. I just want to cuss right now. It makes me so mad. I hate high pressure areas and droughts. Anyway, the high pressure slides its way further south, and then we do get a little bit of convective activity across the Gulf by Wednesday, it looks like. And just moving forward a little bit, yeah. Now, the GFS, I don't put a lot of stock in it after about 5 days, so I'm going to go ahead and end it after that. But the GFS is showing, hinting at the possibility of some showers across Florida by Thursday or Friday of this next week. So now let me go to the European model and see what it has to say. In fact, there's the European. So the European model has a similar fix on the front, although it's a little bit underdoing it for Texas. So I think the European might be off just a little bit. So let's go forward here. This is the 18th. This is Saturday the 18th. Push it forward. It looks like the front picks up a little momentum tonight as it moves across northern Mississippi and western Tennessee. And let's go on into Sunday. So Sunday shows Central Gulf Coast getting showers and storms tomorrow for sure. But once again, diminishes right around the Pensacola area. Nothing. Nothing for North Florida. Couple little showers might pop up Monday morning south of Ocala, east of Ocala around Daytona Beach, Orlando. But really than that, nothing after that. Let's see what happens through the 24th. GFS said that the 24th we might get some showers across Florida. And the Euro doesn't really agree with that. The Euro says it stays dry all the way through the 24th. Now, one model I've been kind of impressed with is the Euro AI model. So let's take a look at that, shall we? This is the new AI model of the Euro, and this one kind of paints a real basic picture of where the fronts are located, where the storm systems are. Like this is a low pressure area. This is obviously a cold front, and there's other convection out here across the Western Atlantic. Let's put this one in motion, see what this one says. This is the Euro AI. So watch. Shows the front progressing down here, and just like the other ones, dies out, shows just a few showers around the Lake City, Jacksonville area. So Jacksonville, I'd say they have the highest rain chance, like 20%. Jacksonville down to Daytona, I'd say Monday morning, late Sunday night, you have a 20 to 30% chance of rain. Gainesville, 10%, based on what I'm seeing here. And this model is showing some convective activity. This looks to me like the cold front slipped its way south into the Gulf and then it starts moving, bouncing back north as a warm front or as a stationary front. And so it creates some showers and storms across the western Gulf around Louisiana and Texas on Wednesday the 22nd. And let's just move it forward and see what happens. So, yeah, not seeing anything. That one's not bringing it. Now, another front approaches um, the southeast on Saturday, the 25th, a week from today. So this one is showing, oh, okay, and a storm system moves in now. It shows North Florida getting a pretty good shot of rain by next Sunday, the 26th. That's a long ways off. So, and then you keep looking at it, it weakens out over Florida. So, oh yeah, now it looks like around the 27th and 28th, though, the AI model of the Euro is showing some kind of a pattern will set up across the northern Gulf, and it looks like there will be a series of mid-level disturbances that are going to develop, move across the Gulf, and maybe, hopefully, give Florida, especially northern Florida, a chance of some good rain. And that is Tuesday the 28th. Yeah, that model's showing a decent shot of rain on the 28th. So let's hope the Euro AI model is right, because if that model's right, it looks like we could get a good inch of rain, maybe 2 inches. Anyway, that's all I've got for right now. Let me let you go, get on with your Saturday, and I'll see you in a few days. Goodbye.